we have a theorem. Okay, guys. So you know that the equation has roots as many as its degree, as many as its degree, and we talked about this in the previous period.
السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم وبركاته. Where is your homework, Mustafa?
دخلت على الإيميل مش صح.
It's on online, Mustafa, Magro. Okay, guys. For example, if I have equation like this,
مجروال.
yeah, x power 4 minus 3x and so on. So the degree of this equation is what? 4. So from the fourth degree. That means this equation has has 4 roots. They may be all real or real and complex together. Okay, guys. So, and we studied how to find how to find these roots. Today, we'll, as I mentioned, we will reverse the operation. I gave you I gave you the roots and asked you to to try to format the equation. This theorem tells you if you have if you have a complex number as a root. The root is is a complex number. This means, guys, its conjugate also is is a root. Its conjugate is is a root. So if a minus bi, and this is a complex number, is a root or zeros for a function, you know that roots for equation. Zeros for what? Zeros for function. All of them are the same thing. Okay. Then a plus b, its conjugate, guys. A plus bi will be also a root for the function, or zero for a root for the equation, or zeros for for function. Okay, guys. So for example, we have 3 plus 4i, 0 for this function, 0 for this function, and this one is a complex number. So because this one is a 0, then its conjugate also is is 0. So 3 minus 4i is 0. Question now, how we reverse the operation? Okay, so this is the steps. If all zeros of a polynomial function are asked to determine the function, and you are asked to find to find the function. Okay, guys, this is that. Convert it to Convert this zero to factors. Convert it to factor. Then multiply all of the factors together to get To get the polynomial. The question now, how to how to change zeros or roots to factors. So do you remember if I have like this equals 0, so it has x minus 3, x plus 2, and x minus minus 4. After you factorize the equation and got this factors, so you tell me the roots by taking we find the roots by taking the number with a different sign, different from the bracket from each bracket with a different with a different sign. So it will be positive 3, negative 2, and positive positive 4. Now, what if I give you this roots and ask you to go back to write to write the equation? So remember, guys, we have we have the equation at the beginning. Then we'll factorize it. Then we'll find we'll find the root. Now we reverse it. I give you the root. So from the roots, I'll form I'll form the factor. Then multiply the factor to get to get the equation. Because we take this number with a different sign, so when we rewrite again in a bracket, also we write it with a different with a different sign. Let's take example. Let's start by what?
Uh,
Yes, Joe.
okay. Sorry, my computer is crashing a lot. So,
Okay, okay,
uh,
okay, guys. So let's
sorry.
take this one for example. He asks you like this: write a polynomial of a function of least degree, with integral coefficient that have the given zeros. So this is zeros or what? Or uh, roots. So also guys, sometimes you may find this in SAT. It will not give it like this. It give you as a drawing. You will find it like this. -1 like this, 1, 2, and 3 like this one, like this. So because will face everything. So this is -1. This is -1. No, I think this is not. This is not. This is wrong. Again, the graph will be like this. We'll cut at 1, -1, and -2, and -3 like this one, like this. Okay, so it may give you this one on a graph like this. So you know that the x-intercept represent what? Represent zeros of a function or roots of what equation. All of them are the same, okay? So this is 1, -1, and -2. This part is not, I don't want this part. Like this. Oh my God, we have it. I'm sorry, we have it. And this is negative what? -3. Okay, guys, so you know that to write the zeros or roots, we take this number with a different sign. This means -1, +2, negative, +1, +2, and +3. I'm asking you to what to reform this function. What this function with the least degree? Okay, guys, so we write it like this. First of all, we will change each one to what to a factor. So how many zeros or how many roots we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll form 4 what? 4 brackets like this. Then I'll take each one with x with a different size. So x -3, x +1, and then what? X -1, and x minus what? X -2. Multiply all of this together to find what? To find the function. The function will be like this. So it takes time to multiply, guys. We multiply one by one. So let's multiply these two first. So here is x, -3, -3. So it will be like this. First we'll multiply x, so it will be x squared plus 1x. Then multiply down, -3x, negative what? -1. Then we have x minus what? X minus 1, and x minus what? X minus 2. We will collect this together. So it takes time to multiply. So it will be x squared minus 2x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. And here is x minus 2. Then we multiply. We'll take step by step, guys. Then we'll multiply this bracket. Multiply x first, then -1. So x, 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 down, -1, -1, -1. So I multiply what? 6 times. So let's multiply x. X by x squared will be x power 3 minus 2x multiplied by x will be 2x squared minus 1 multiplied by x will be x. Then down, -1 by x squared will be negative. This 1 is squared, guys. So -1 by x squared will be negative x squared. -1 by -2x will be positive 2x. -1 by -1 will be positive 1 multiplied by the last bracket, which is what? X minus what? -2. Collect like terms. So multiply, collect like terms. It's very easy, guys. Multiply, collect like terms, then multiply again. So x power 3, the first and last one will not be what? Repeated. So there is no like term for x power 3 and 1. Okay. X power 2 and x power 2, it will be -3x power 2. Negative x, positive 2x will be positive x and plus 1. And the last bracket will be x minus 2. And again, we repeat it again, guys. So we'll take x, so x, 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 and down. negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. And let's multiply. This is the last one. So it will be x multiplied by x power 3, it will be x power 4 minus 3 multiplied, x multiplied by 3x squared will be 3x power 3. Then x multiplied by x, it will be x power 2. Then x multiplied by 1, it will be x down. Negative 2 multiplied by x power 3, it will be negative 2x power 3. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 3, it will be positive 6x power 2. Negative 2 multiplied by x, it will be negative 2x. The last one, negative 2 multiplied by 1 will be negative what? Negative. We finished. Just collect what combine like term. As I mentioned, always the first and the last one, they have no what like. So it will be x power 4, x power 3, x power 3. So we'll take them together. So negative 3, negative 2 will be negative 5x power 3. X power 2 and 6x power 2, it will be 7x power 2. X and negative 2x, it will be negative x. And at last, negative what? Negative 2. So this one, guys, this is the function, the required what? Function. So in the previous period, I give you a function or equation like this and asked you to find its root. So we look for what? We are trying to factorize this into what? A small bracket like this to reach what? To the simplest bracket or a bracket containing x with the first degree or linear. Then find what? Find the roots. Okay, guys, in SAT, guys, you may find what? Find it like this from a drawing. If you are drawing like this and ask you to find what? To find roots, what is the roots of the function, what is zeros, or write the function again. Write the function what? Again. Now,
But Mr. it will take a lot of time.
yeah, he will not give it like this. He give you three or two factors, not a lot. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's take this one, guys. Or sometimes, Yaman, sometimes he will ask you, what is the factor? What is one factor of this function? Factors, not zeros. He ask you what factors of what this of this function. One factor. So because it's cut x axis at 3 points, so it has four factors. He asked you what, he give you one of this. So the factor is what? X minus 3 or x plus 1 or x minus 1 or x plus what? X minus 2. So this is the factor. Okay. Let's go back to our
Okay.
question. If one of the roots is complex, guys, then its conjugate also one of the roots. Okay. So in this one, you will find out the previous one, all of the roots or zeros are what are real number. But in this one, he gave you one real and one complex. So it directly write its conjugate. So it will be 5 plus I. So how many factors now, or how many zeros I have? I have 3. I have what? Have 3 factors, 3 zeros. So change them to what? Factors. So f of x will be, take it with a different sign, x plus 1, x minus, when we deal with this, guys, x minus 5 minus I. The second bracket, when we deal with what, guys? When we deal with a complex number, always like what? Write minus. Because this one you can find, you can know what is the opposite sign. Negative will be positive, but this one, so we always write minus and write this between a parentheses like this, multiplied by x minus the second one, which is 5 plus what? Plus I. Question now, how to multiply this, guys? We first multiply what? We will multiply the complex. So we will not deal with this one. So leave it. Okay. How to multiply this? We'll try, guys. We will try to take the numbers and x together and leave I alone. Okay. After what? We must what, guys? We must multiply this bracket by negative. So it will be negative 5. As one will be what? Will be what? So the bracket will be like this. X minus 5 together and positive I alone. The second one, like this. I'll take x with the number in a bracket, but distribute the sign. It will be negative. It will be negative. So it will be x minus 5 in a bracket and minus what? Minus I. Okay. After that, you remember, guys, we have a special case in multiplication. So if you multiply two bracket like this, 5, 5. If you multiply two bracket, one of them is positive and the second is negative, and they are the same, guys. X and 5, one is positive, one is negative. So this is a special case of multiplication and a special case in factorize, guys, the answer. So we'll multiply first by itself minus second by itself. So x by x will be x squared, 5 by 5, 25. This is the answer, guys. Remember, guys, if you factorize this, we will factorize it like this. So let's go back again. So if you look at this, we have a bracket plus I and a bracket minus I. They are the same. They are what? The same. One of the bracket is a plus and the second is what? Minus. So we'll apply this rule. So it will be equals x plus 1. So first by itself minus second by itself. So it will be x minus 5 power 2. Still in a bigger bracket minus I power 2. So what is I power 2, guys? Do you remember? What is I power 2? It's equals what? I power 2 is what, guys? Yes,
Negative
guys.
1.
Yeah, very good. It's negative 1. So we will write this as a negative 1. So it will be x plus 1. This one will be also x minus 5 power 2. So let's expand this bracket. Let's expand this bracket directly. So it will be, if we expand this bracket, multiply this by itself, multiply this by itself, multiply them together by 2. So x by x will be x power 2. And at the in 5 multiplied by 5, 25. The middle term will multiply what? First by second by the power. First by second by what power? So 2 multiplied by 5, 10. 10 multiplied by x will be 10x. The sign is always like the sign in the bracket, parentheses. So negative will be what? Will be negative. And you know that negative I squared will be what? Will be negative 1. So we wanted to collect like terms here because we have negative 25. Negative 1 will be positive 1. So the last one, x plus 1 multiplied by x power 2 negative 10x. Positive what? Positive 1. Now the last what? The last one. We wanted to multiply this bracket by these 3. So we'll take x, multiply all of them by x, then multiply all of them by what? By 1. Let's find the upper multiplication. So x multiplied by x squared will be x power 3 minus 10x by x will be 10x squared. X multiplied by 1 will be x. Then multiply the lower part. 1 by x squared will be x squared. 1 multiplied 10x will be negative 10x. 1 multiplied by 1 will be 1. We finished. Just collect like terms. X power 3, x power 2, and x power 2. It will be negative 9x squared. X and 10x will be negative 9x. And atlas is what? 1. So this function, if you factorize this function, its polynomial, its roots or its factors will be negative 1 and 5 minus I. Any question, guys? It's very easy, but it takes time to what? To expand the brackets. Any question?
No, Mr.
It depends on what you are good in multiplication of expand bracket. This one, guys, will not solve it, but I'll show you what I'll show you. What if it's like this? It's imaginary like this, negative 3i. So this is a complex number. So also, guys, you must write what its conjugate. So what is the conjugate of negative 3i? The conjugate of the complex number is what, guys? Is a change the sign of imaginary part. So Let's go back again here. So you know that to find the conjugate of the complex number, we change the sign of what's the imaginary part. So it's negative I, change it what to positive I. But what if it's like this? We don't have a number here. So the conjugate of this one, it will be 3 what? 3i. Now this polynomial has what? Had 3 what? 3 factors. It's very easy, guys. So let's change it to what? To factors. So f of x will be x plus 2, x minus 5, x plus 3i, x minus what? 3i. And remember, guys, this is a special case. So two brackets are the same. One of them is positive, one of them negative. So these two will multiply together. Start by this because they are the easiest. So first by itself minus second by itself will be x squared minus 3 by 3, it will be 9. I by I, it will be I squared. And you know that I squared is negative 1. So because it's negative 1, guys, so this one will be negative 9. So negative, negative, it will be positive what? Positive 9 like that. And we multiply this together. Okay, guys. So this is f of x. Do you want to expand it or stop at here? Okay, guys, so to multiply, just pick any two of them. You can multiply the first or the second bracket or multiply the second and the third together. It's up to you. Okay, and you know how to expand this, bracket. So if you want to multiply this together, so this we wanted to multiply the terms in this bracket by all of terms in this one. So we will take x, multiply it here, x and x. And down negative 5, it is not 5, guys, negative 5 and negative 5. Expand. Then after you got combined like terms, then multiply again by x plus what? X plus 3. Do you have your calculator, guys? Do you have your calculator?
Yeah, Mr.
So please bring it. All of you bring your calculator, guys. And open Dismos, guys, if you have your phone. So turn on your what? Your Dismos. Okay, guys. And this kind of question, he asked me what to find all zeros of the function, all zeros of it. So you know, guys, zeros may be a real or what, or a complex. In yesterday's lesson, he gave you what? He gave you one of the factor, and we made what? We made a synthetic division to reduce what? Reduce the power of the original question. Okay. So, but what if he didn't give you what? A factor to start. So we have two ways, guys. We need to reduce it. And I don't know how to factorize this. I don't know how to what? Factorize this. So how to deal with this? You have two ways. Either by graphing this and find what? Find zeros of it. Find zeros of this one. Or by forming a table. Forming what? A table, and try to find what? If you form a table, we look for what, guys? We look for number, and here is 0. So this is x and this is y. Number and 0. Okay, guys. So if you find, for example, if you find this one number from x and is opposite to 0 from y, so this number is zeros of what? Zeros of the function. And I can start from this point. Okay. So if you got many zeros like this, it's better. It what will be what? Better. So let's try the table, guys. The table. So I want you guys to what? To form a table. Use your calculator to form a table and start by what? Start by x equals -1, -10, and end by x equals what? X equals 10, like this. And look for, is there a number like this? Is there a zeros from a table? Okay, go ahead, guys, and tell me, did you find zeros or not? And I think you know how to form a table using your calculator. So this is a function, and this is the start, this is the end, and steps what? Steps 1.
نعم يا مستر.
Delete. What with 0? And I want a number. You will look for what from the table? We look for number and 0. So what this number?
Mister, what do you look for?
Number here from X and 0 from Y.
I didn't find one. I think I did wrong.
لا مش wrong. Not wrong. If not, so we'll expand this. Make it 20, negative 20, and 20.
Mr. Only 1 0.
If you find only one number, and we will work from it.
Mister, he told me insufficient MEM. The calculator.
ليه يا مان؟
ما بعرف والله.
حد جاب يا شباب؟ Any one of you found it?
-1 and +51.
لا أنا عايز number هنا وهنا قصاده 0. number مع 0. يعني احنا we form the table and look for this one guys.
-4 and 0.
Yes. يا مان ازاي بقى بتقول لي ما جاتش؟ ما انت معاك من اول نيجاتيف 10 ل 10 يبقى نيجاتيف 4 and 0. Did you find this guys all of you? عمر؟
Yes, Mr. -4.
في حاجة تاني؟ Did you find any more zeros? If you find more it's very good.
-4 0.
في حاجة تاني طيب؟ لقيته تاني؟
لا.
خلاص okay we will work from this guys. So thank you guys. So the table helped me to find what? To find 1 0. So -4 is what? Is one of these zeros. So now I can use this number to reduce what? To reduce the power. How this guys? How
Yeah,
we can find? Yeah.
So there's a -2 and 0.
Negative كام؟
2
and 0.
0.
في حاجة تانية يا شباب؟ حد ليه كله دي؟
Yeah.
All of you found this? So it's very
Yes, Mr.
okay. So if it's so that's very good. I found what? 2 zeros. I found what? 2 zeros. He asked me to find what? All zeros. I found 2. Now I wanted to find the rest of zeros, guys. So how to find them? That's what we studied in the previous period by making synthetic division. So I divide this by -4 to reduce the power, guys. So it will be like this. Let's take the make sure that the terms are written in order. Now you will find a gap here. X power 4, x power 3. We don't have x power 3. We have x power 2, x power 1, x power 3. So I must put 0 here. So let's write the coefficient. So it will be 1, 0, -18, 12, and 80. We'll divide all of this by what? By -4. The given what? 0. So let's make it by synthetic division. Drop 1 down. -4, -4, 16, -2, 8, 8 and it will be 20. 20 multiplied will be -80. So this is zeros, guys, zeros, because this is 0, guys. So let's form the equation. So x power 0 plus x power 1, x power 2, and x power what? Power 3. So I got what, guys? Let's take this with a different sign because we will form factors. So it will be x minus 4 multiplied by x power 3 minus 4x squared minus 2x plus what? Plus 20. So I reduce the power from power 4 to power what, guys? To power 3. Now we found another 0, which is -2, guys. So we will what? We will reduce again by dividing the result, the obtained result, which is what? X power 3 by what, guys? By the second 0, which is negative what? -2. So I'll divide the result again. So let's take the coefficient. So 1, -4, -2. They are in order, guys. 3, 2, 1, 0. So 20. All of this divided by -2. Let's begin. So each time, guys, use the synthetic division to what? To reduce power. So it will be drop 1 down, 1, -2, -6, 12. It will be 10. It will be negative what? -20. So 0. This is the remainder. Let's write the expression. So x power 0 plus x power 1 and x power 2. So it will be like this, guys. It will be x minus 4, and take this number with x with a different sign. So it will be x plus 1 plus 2 multiplied by the result, which is what? X power 2 minus 10x plus what? I'm sorry, 6x plus what? Plus 10. Okay. If we reach what? A trinomial or a quadratic, so it's very easy, guys, to factorize it. Let me rewrite it again. So it will be x like x minus 4, x plus 2, and x squared minus 6x plus what? Plus 10. So if I reach this one, I can deal with this one. I can factorize it. If you can, guys, we can use what? We can use the general formula. We can, or use your guys, use your calculator and give me the answer, guys. So use your calculator and find me zeros. So zeros of this one will be x. Zeros will be 4 and -2. Use your calculator, guys, to solve this quadratic equation and give me the answer. So what is the answer you got? Hey, Shabab. Anyone got the answer? I'll solve it. So 1 equals -6 equals 10 equals. So the first one, guys, will be what? 3 minus I, and the last one will be what, guys? 3 plus I. If you use your calculator to find it, to find the answer. So this is the roots, guys. This is zeros. How many one, guys? 4. Why? Because the degree of the function is 4. So we have what? 4 zeros. 2 real and 2 what? Complex. Understand, guys? فاهم يا شباب؟ Got it? I'm talking with dead.
Miss-
So you
Yeah,
got this.
mister.
You got this one, how to deal with this, how to find zeros.
Yeah.
So if you use, guys, if you use Desmos and graph this one, guys, and graph this one, it gives you zeros also. So by graphing or by forming tables, help me, guys. If you use the graph, you will find the graph like this. It cut at -2 and -4 like this, guys. -4, I'm sorry, 4 and what? We'll cut it at 2 and 4. دايما عكس دي عكس sign, the opposite sign. We'll cut at 2 and what? And 4. So this is zeros, guys. But take them with a different sign. Take them with what, guys? With a different what? Different sign. I'm sorry, guys. The same, guys. The same sign here. -2 and -4. I'm sorry. -2 and -4. Okay, guys. That's it. Inshallah, the quiz. There will be a quiz this week. When I finish, I send it to you. Hey guys, you can go out. You can log out.
Did you say that the quiz was this week or next week? Because
This
you mean
week,
because
this
week is
week.
when?
I'll when I finish it, I send you a message. Okay.
Isn't it Thursday today?
What
It's Thursday, right?
Thursday? What Thursday?
Today's Thursday. It's the final day of the week.
Yeah, so it will be available for 2 days, so you can solve in any days. So it's up to you.
Including weekend.
Okay, not including weekend. You can solve it at next Sunday or Monday. So it will be available to Monday. Okay.
I see.
Okay. See
Well,
you.
take care then.